Welcome to Hutch's Highlights. Here we've got the new listings for all of Oakville area. And we'll start off in the Bronte Creek location. We've got a freehold detached home now at 979.8. This is a brand new listing. Beautiful location, of course. This one is backing onto a treed ravine and very, very close to the lake. So it looks like it's actually not badly priced for what it is. Beautiful open concept. Something worth taking a look at if you're in that price range. Another new listing that we have today, of course, we've got a rental for $4,500 on Belia and the Bronte area as well. Central Oakville on Rebecca, a new freehold detached home at $639,900. That one's on a 60 by 125 foot lot. It's a 1.5 story. Basically, not a lot has been done to it, so I think we're probably looking at mostly lot value for that one. It seems like it might be a little bit high for what it is. These days you don't know for sure because we've had some incredible sales going on. We've got a lot of immigration taking place, a lot of people from Asia coming into Oakville, and they see Toronto, the GTA values as being very good in comparison to other major cities. Of course, Toronto being the fourth largest city in North America as well. So that puts us really up near the top as far as where we should be with respect to values. And at this point, people moving into our country see it as being a bargain. Here's another one in the Glenorchy area, right by Dundas and 6th line. They're looking for immediate possession. By the way, just to give you a bit of an update on how to read through some of these listings, we have a variety of different spots, of course, from the address to the list price, the type of deposit that they're looking for, whether or not it's for sale and for lease, the date that it started, the listing, an expiry date. One thing that you may not know, just looking at this particular listing, for example, is if it's been relisted, a cancel relist, if it had been listed previously and expired, or it's been relisted. So needless to say, you need your realtor, which is hopefully me, to go through and do a historical on any property that you might be actually interested in to see what the history of it is. You may find something that's come out that you've just noticed because they've reduced it down to your price range, but it may in fact have been listed for a year or 2 years, you never know, which opens up some questions as to why it hasn't sold, etc. So you want an agent who's going to actually do the proper history and investigation as to what that listing is all about. And needless to say, I'm the one to call to help you on all those details. One of the things too that I had mentioned in one of my recent blogs was there are a lot of people out there, I think, getting bad advice. I mean, certainly we have historical price increases taking place one after the other due to a shortage of listings and a steady demand. But I think that a well-seasoned, educated agent would be able to figure out a more fair market value instead of just getting people to panic and buy whatever they possibly can. Anyway, that being said, that's just my personal opinion. And again, it comes down to area and location as usual. We've got a new listing in the the Joshua Creek area, and that one is just on the market at $979,900 on Park Mound Boulevard. And again, if you want any more details about any of these, if you want me to get through and give you all the pictures of the inside, get out to take a look at it, or just find out what prices in your area are going for, don't hesitate to give me a call anytime. We've got a couple of listings down in the Morrison Creek area of Old Oakville, which is just west of Maple Grove. These ones are an interesting phenomenon. I'm not really entirely sure what to make. I don't know if they have a lot of them left, but these are a condominium, sort of stacked condominium where each level has their own one-floor units. So you basically, according to these, have 3 levels, 3 separate units on top of each other. If you're on the top, you'll have a patio, same with the second level, and the main floor will have a ground level walkout. Not cheap. Of course, they're going to be at the highest end of luxury. The units themselves, they've got them as somewhere over 3,500 square feet based on the room dimensions, as you can see, like a great room of 20 by 20, which is a decent size for a great room. Dining room separate, 20 by 50, not a bad size. A master bedroom, 18 by 16. Kitchen, 14 by 20, so not too bad. Den as well, 20 by 15, and then a second bedroom. So basically a two-bedroom unit, so I think it's probably closer to the 3,500. It's all on one floor, no basement. So you don't have all the extra storage space. They do have a couple of closets that you can actually store stuff in. Maintenance fees there too are very high at almost $2,000. It doesn't state, other than building insurance and exterior maintenance, you know, you're paying $2,000 for that, which again, I find very interesting. Perhaps there is a market for something that's almost $5 million one floor and 3,500 square feet with that type of maintenance, but it's really quite a test in what type of demand would be out there for aging in place. So we shall see what ends up happening with that. It's very, very interesting. There's a couple of listings in there right now that the builder, of course, Edgemere Estates, has put up through their listing agent. If you wanted to get in, you're curious, again, don't hesitate. I'd be happy to show you as well the ones that are up for sale. So same deal, same type of unit. They've probably just posted 2 on there to get them out on MLS so they can get a little bit more activity, because they have not sold through yet by their own sales sites. Getting back to the hot sheet summary, we have on Gatwook a new home for sale that's just come up. That one is semi-detached, and that's in the new central Oakville area by Trafalgar and Dundas, just off Glen Ashton. $529. Again, a 2-story semi-detached home. And that one, the semis are all, of course, going up at amazing levels in prices. They were 100 grand or so less about a year ago. So the market is what it is. Looking down at the last listing that's come up since yesterday on Summerlee, and that would be in West Oakville. Looks like a nice relative new build right near Rebecca and 4th Line. Absolutely gorgeous, custom built home, blah, 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 blah. Incredible opportunity at 1,839. So again, that's pushing the envelope on the new builds in that particular location. You know, we've seen some stuff in and around there for the mid 1.5 mark or so. So I think there are a lot of people out there just testing to see what the actual top is going to be in the market, what it's actually going to bear. We've had, of course, some price changes, and that's something that you can always call me about too. I do an exclusive search on all power of sales and estate sales. You can see that there's a few listings here that have come down in price. Clearview down to $779 and so forth. Again, if you want more detail, just give me a call and I can get you that. Typically speaking, we've got still very good activity on the lower price range. We've had some solds here, just doing it by price. You can see, of course, we've got a few rentals, but the majority of them are all under $1 million out of the 12 less, so the 9 that have sold. Out of 9 that have sold, we've got 7 of them. Sorry, 7 of them that are under the $1 million mark, of course, and in that $200,000, $300,000, $500,000, $600,000 range, which holds true with the average prices still being somewhere in the 5 to 6 range. We did have 2 higher sales, one on Duncan in the Morrison Creek area, and that one, sometimes we have a little bit of a delay here. Let me try that again. 1379 Duncan Street is a freehold deed. Okay, there we go. We got things back up and running again. So as far as the recent solds, you can see in Bronte Creek we've got a condo townhouse on Lakeshore that just sold for $367,500. A few leases that have taken place. Glen Abbey area, a condo apartment for $220,000. Duncan in the Morrison Creek area sold for $1.455. $237,000 for a condo apartment in Royal Oaks area. And southwest we've got Hollyrod selling for $1.985. So there's a beautiful home relatively close to downtown, just on the west of the creek. They're starting to come up in value now, obviously. ravine lot south of Lakeshore, 60 by 247, so that's beautiful, looks good. As far as the other solds go, we've got on lot 3 in Westmount area of Oakville, 504 was listed at 515. So that's a freehold townhouse up in that price range. So as you can see, you know, we do have a fairly significant price increases that have taken place. Treb says that over the last year we've had a 7% increase year over year, but I think that that might be a little bit low in comparison to some of the things that we've seen. Here on West Oak, you know, a nice older two-story. This was an estate sale. As I mentioned, I have a specific search that will give you all the estate and power sales. This one listed at $659, sold for $650. It was listed in September the 13th, and then sold this month. So it was on for a little while and actually ended up with a sale price relatively close to asking that was not adjusted. What you'll find too, and this is just a little bit of an aside, we're starting to see some of the commissions coming down, depending on who it is, but in particular the people to the west of us. You also see that when we go through the solds, you'll find very few of them are ever actually sold by the listing agent. Hardly ever happens, despite common folklore today. We've seemed to have had some type of misinformation going out there that it's best to go to the listing agent, that for some reason you'll be able to negotiate a better price, you'll save on real estate fees. Total fallacy. Best case scenario there is that you're in a conflict of interest by using the listing agent, and you're not going to get as good a deal. That listing agent has fiduciary legal responsibility to get the top purchase price for the seller. They can't divulge any of the inside information to you. If you tell them through the process as a buyer in any way, shape, and form, let's say for example, you know, we're qualified up to 500, but we only want to pay 450. Well, they have to tell the seller legally that you are qualified up to 500, and that may be a possibility. So there have been some people, I think, that think they save some money on commissions, but in fact, in the end, when you net things out, they probably paid more for the property. That listing agent has a long-term potential relationship with the seller. They may be selling friends and family of theirs, may have sold them a few places. So they're not going to work hard on your behalf as a buyer, as a one-off that they know have no loyalty. So seeing a lot of people overpaying, thinking that they saved a point or two on commissions and ended up paying way too much when you net it all out. Plus there's no concrete proof that they in fact did deduct anything from the commission. So they might say whatever they want just to appease you. Long story short, you need your own representation. If you have any questions about any of these listings or any listings anywhere, of course, I work throughout the Western GTA and have access to the Toronto Real Estate Board, Mississauga, Oakville, Hamilton, Burlington boards. I'm a full member of each so that you get all the listing updates, which you cannot get with just a Mississauga Toronto agent or just an Oakville agent or just a Hamilton agent. There is no exchange of information between the boards. So you need somebody that is a full member of all those boards. Again, I will talk to you tomorrow and we'll give you the next update. And if there's anything you need, give me a call. It's Russ at 416-209-7877. Take care.